So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial, and I'm going to show you how you can create a simple roulette game using JavaScript. And right now I am going to show you what we are going to be doing today. So basically we are going to have something like this. We are going to have some kind of budget, then we are going to have some kind of number, and in here we are going to generate a random number between 0 and 36. And in this tutorial I'm not going to show you all of this, I am going to show you just some part, and in later tutorials we are going to continue. But basically I am going to have two buttons functional. It is going to be 1 to 18 or 19 to 36, and if I'm going to click on this one, it is going to generate me some kind of random number, and if the number is between 1 to 18, it is going to add me 20 to my budget, and if it's going to be 19 to 36 or 0, it is going to decrease my budget. And also I can do the same thing with this one. And a few things. First of all, that I don't play roulette, so I don't know the exact rules. Basically, I'm just, if you win, you are going to win 20. If you lose, you are going to lose 20. But that's for now. In other tutorials, I can show you how you can have a text input and choose how much do you want to bet. That's fine. And also one thing that I want to say is that I am not a professional with JavaScript. I'm just learning, so I'm just showing you the things that I know. But there are still many things that I don't know. But yeah, so this is it. This is what we are going to be doing today. So right now I am on the site Freepik, and I am going to provide the link in the description, and I am also going to provide you the Illustrator file that I am going to create right now in case that you want to skip the Illustrator part and go directly to the Adobe Animate and JavaScript part. So basically right now I will click download and I will go with free download, but keep in mind that you will have to attribute the author if you want to use this commercially or just go premium. And you can go ahead and save this to some place in your PC. I'm going to hit cancel because I already saved this, and I will go to the place where I have it. I am going to get rid of everything, and basically I am going to have a zip file like this. And I am going to right click and I am going to choose extract here. This will give me some files. One of them is going to be this EPUB file, and I'm going to double click and it will open me in the Illustrator with some kind of warning. I will just click no, and I'm going to have this like so. Now I can zoom in a little bit with Alt and mouse wheel, and basically right now I would like to get rid of everything except of this part. So I will click on this background and I'm going to hit delete. And one more time I am going to click on the rest of the background and I will click delete. And I will click on this shadow and I am going to click delete. And now I'm going to select this left part, so I'm going to create a selection like so, and I'm going to click delete. And right now I'm going to have only this part. Now I'm going to create new document, so Ctrl N, or you can go File New, and I would like this to be 1000 by 1000, and I don't want to change anything, and I'm just going to hit Create. Now I will go back in here, and I'm going to select everything like so, and I'm going to drag it to the new document. It is going to be very small, so I'm going to scale this with Shift to stay proportional, and with Alt to go from the center of that vector. And now I would like to create a temporarily background so I can see this text. So I'm going to create a new layer, and on this new layer I'm going to go with rectangle tool, and I'm going to choose some kind of color. It doesn't matter what kind of color. We are going to change this later on in the Adobe Animate, but I'm going to create something like this, and I'm going to position this below the layer 1 like so. And if and then I'm going to log this. And if you don't see layers or anything, you can go to the window and you can get it. Now I'm going to click on this, and if I try to move this, I can see that it is all grouped together. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose ungroup. And right now I can go ahead and delete this one. But this still is going to be grouped together. So one more time I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose ungroup. And right now we have only separated this from this green part. So I will have to continue to ungroup this. So one more time I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose ungroup. And right now I'm going to get to this place where this is going to be together. This is going to be together, and this is going to be like the numbers are going to be separated, and so on. So now what I want to do is I will zoom in a little bit, and I want to get this separated. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to ungroup this one more time. And now this is going to be separated like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it, and I'm going to hit Ctrl G to group this. So right now I have this, I have grouped this together, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So I'm going to select it like so, and I'm going to hit Ctrl G, and I'm going to do the same thing with the last one. So I'm going to select it, and I'm going to hit Ctrl G, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So this is going to be grouped together. So I will right click, and I'm going to choose ungroup, and it is going to be the same way separated. So I'm going to select it, Ctrl G, the same thing with this one, Ctrl G. This one is fine, and also this one is fine. So I'm going to go with this one, Ctrl G, and the same thing with this one, Ctrl G. And now basically what is going to happen is that this, as I said, is going to be separated, and I would like to put all of this back together. So if I'm going to try to select it like so, and I will try to move it, I'm going to have it almost as I want, except of this little part. So I will go back 2 times, and what I want to do is I will zoom in a little bit, and I will click on in here like so. It is going to select me only this part, and then I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and with shift I am going to select the rest like so, and if I try to move this, I'm going to have it like so. So I will go back, and I'm going to hit Ctrl G, and now basically I have done everything that I wanted, because right now I'm going to have this separated, and so on. So like this, everything in here is separated, and the rest of the thing is together. So as I said, I'm going to provide you this, but I just wanted to show you how you can get this in the Illustrator. I didn't want to show you only the Animate and JavaScript part. And also I'm going to use this in the later tutorials. So basically right now I'm going to save this, and I'm going to provide you this, and I will see you in the Adobe Animate in few moments. So right now I am in the Adobe Animate, and I will go with the 1000 by 1000. I want this to be HTML5 canvas, and I will just hit create. Now I will go to the place where I have saved my Illustrator file. So it is going to be in here, and I'm going to basically drag it to the Adobe Animate. This is going to give me some kind of options, but I don't want to change anything, so I'm just going to click import. Now I can go ahead and get rid of this background, so I'm going to click on the background, and I'm going to hit OK one more time. I'm going to select only the background, and I'm going to hit delete, and like so. And now I can click on the stage, and I can choose whatever color that I want. So I can go maybe with something like this, but you can go with whatever color you want. And now this layer 2 where was the background is empty, so I'm going to be able to delete it. And now you can go ahead and select it and position it as you want. You can go with the Q, which is free transform tool, and scale this. So this depends on you. And basically right now, if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, this is how this is going to be looking in the browser. So now, what I want to do is I'm going to create some kind of text. So I'm going to get a text tool, and I would like this text to be a static text, and I'm going to choose a white color maybe, and I'm going to basically type something like budget. And I can go ahead and maybe scale this. This depends on you. I'm not going to be bothered about the designing. Now I will one more time go to the text tool, but right now I would like to get the dynamic text, and I'm going to type in here maybe something like 1000. With this dynamic text, there can be an issue because it can be offset a little bit in some kind of browsers. But there is a solution for that one, but that's not for now. So right now I'm going to have a budget, which is going to be a static text, and I'm going to have this number, which is going to be a dynamic text. And the basic difference is that this number right now, when it is dynamic text, it has an instance name, and I'm going to be able to change the text of this with the JavaScript. And now I'm going to one more time create dynamic text, and I will go maybe in here, and I'm going to type 0, and I will zoom in a little bit, and I will just put this to be like so. And now I am going to with Q scale this like so, and this is going to be the random number that we are going to be generating. And I can go ahead and maybe change the color, so I'm going to put it like so, and I'm going to change it to maybe something like this, so it's not completely white. Anyway, hit Ctrl Enter, it is going to look like so. So you can design this as you want, but I don't want to waste time with something like that. Now what I want to do is I am going to put the instance name, so I will click on this one, and this is going to be, for example, my budget, and this one I am going to call to be result number. But these names are optional, you can choose whatever name that you want. And I am going to copy this, Ctrl C, and I am going to create a new layer, and I can call this layer to be code, and I am going to right click, and I am going to choose actions, and I can start to write. So I can type this. I can type result number, that's the name that I have created right now. Then I'm going to type text, and I'm going to put this equal to, for example, 50. Okay, and basically right now what is going to happen that I'm going to change that number to 50, and I'm going to do the same thing with this budget. So I'm going to copy this name, Ctrl C, and I will go back to the code with F9, or you can right click and choose actions, and I'm going to duplicate this line of code with Ctrl D, and I'm going to change this this result number, and I will put it to this my budget text, and I can maybe put this to be 500, and right now I am going to change this to 500 and this one to 50. Now what I want to do is I would like to store these numbers in some kind of variable. So basically I'm going to type let result, for example, is going to be, and I will change it to the 0, and I am going to copy this, Ctrl C, and I am going to paste it in here, Ctrl V. So basically right now I have just created a variable, and I am putting this variable as text of this result number. And I'm going to do the same thing with the budget, so I'm going to right now create a variable which is going to be budget, and I'm going to put this maybe right now to be 1000, and I'm going to make that this my budget text is going to be budget. And right now basically we are going to have this as 1000 and this as 0, but yeah, we have this with the variables. Now we are going to generate a random number, and I'm going to provide a link in the description for the tutorial where I explain this random number. I'm not going to go over that right now. So I'm going to type let random number is going to be equal, and it's going to be equal to math.floor, and this M has to be capital. Then in the parentheses math.random, and then parentheses like so. So we have parentheses like if we are calling the function, and we have everything inside of this parentheses like so. And then I'm going to type multiplied by 37. And yeah, and basically right now this is going to generate me a random number between 0 and 36. If I'm going to put this to maybe 51, this would mean that it is going to generate me a random number between 0 and 50. But yeah, I'm going to put it like so. And as I said, if you want, you can go ahead and watch the tutorial, because I don't want to explain it right now. So right now I'm going to type console.log, and I'm going to console.log this random number. So I'm going to hit Ctrl C and Ctrl V, and this console.log that doesn't do anything. That's just something for us developers to see this in the console. I will show you later on. And then what I want to do is I'm going to copy this result number text. I'm going to put it in here, and basically I'm going to change this from the result, which at the beginning is 0, and I'm going to put it to the random number. And basically right now, if I'm going to hit Control Enter, what is going to happen is that we are going to, let me go back in here to the code. So we are going to generate the random number. Then we are going to console log this random number, and then we are going to put this random number as a text of this result number, and this result number is this one. So basically, right now we are going to have the random number, and every time I refresh this, I'm going to have a different random number. And if I'm going to hit F12 on the Google Chrome, or you can right click and choose Inspect, and then go to the console, we are going to have in this console the same number as in here. And if I refresh this, we are going to have a different number. So yeah, now I will go back to the Adobe Animate, and yeah, we are going to right now create a button from this 1 to 18. So I am going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to click on this like so, and I will go to the modify, convert to symbol, or you can go with F8, and yeah, I can go ahead and call this to be, for example, 1 to 18. This name has nothing to do with JavaScript, so you can name it, you do not need to, it depends on you. But I want this to be a button. I don't want it to be a movie clip, I want this to be a button, and I'm going to click OK. And now the thing is that this is going to be only text, and this is like not the part of the text. So if I'm going to hit Control Enter, and if I go over with my mouse is going to be like changed only when I'm going to be exactly on the text. But I would like to make all of the shape to be clickable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on this button, and right now I'm in the scene 1 in the button. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rectangle tool and whatever color, and I'm going to create a shape like this. So something like this, and I'm going to put it like so. And basically right now I am going to change this to the background color. And right now if I'm going to hit Control Enter, my button is going to be clickable in all of this area. And if I want, what I can do is I can go to this over, I can click F6, and right now I can go ahead and change this shape to maybe something like this. And this basically means that right now if I go over with my mouse, it is going to change the color. Now I will go back, and I'm going to create an instance name, but there is one thing, and the instance names and also the variables in the JavaScript, they cannot start with the number. So I cannot type in here 1 to 18, because it is going to give me some kind of error that it has to begin with the alphabetic character. So basically I can right now choose how I am going to call this. So I am going to call this maybe from 1 to 18, or you can call this BTN, button 1 to 18, whatever. These names are optional, but I am going to call this to be from 1 to 18. And I'm going to hit Ctrl C, and I'm going to go to the code. So I'm going to click F9, or you can right click and choose actions. And now I'm going to create an even listener on that button. So I'm going to type this from 1 to 18, and I'm going to click on. You can type add the even listener if you want, but the on is going to do the same thing. And I want this to be on click. So in the quotation marks click, then comma, and then the function that we are going to call. So I'm going to copy this name, Ctrl C, and I'm going to put it in here, Ctrl V, and I'm going to call it from 1 to 18F. But this name has nothing to do with this name. I just wanted to make this similar. And then I will have to type dot, and I'm going to type bind this. And this bind this basically will allow me to type the word this in this function, which I'm going to create right now. So I'm going to hit Ctrl C, and I'm going to type function, and I'm going to type from 1 to 18f, parentheses, then I want to have a curly parentheses, and yeah. Now what I want to do, I don't want to generate a random number right at the beginning, but I would like to generate a random number when I click on this button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this like so, and basically what I want to do is at the in here at the beginning I would like to just set my variable, so I'm going to just put let random number and nothing more. And then what I'm going to do is inside of this function I'm going to type random number, and it is going to be equal to this math.floor, math.random, and so on. And the reason that I would like to put or set my variable in here and then put a random number inside the function is that if I'm going to create some kind of variable, for example, let number is going to be equal to 6, right now this variable is going to be only for this function. Okay, I wouldn't be able to access this variable outside of the function. But once I'm going to create a variable outside in here, then I can access the variable in all of the functions, basically. So I want to set it in here like so, and then right now in the function without let, so we are not going to type one more time let, that wouldn't work. So right now we are just going to put some kind of value to this random number, and it is going to be this generated random number. And then I can go ahead and console log this. So I'm going to for now copy this, and I'm also going to do the same thing with this one. And yeah, I will explain later on. Now, if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, what is going to happen is that we are not going to be able to see anything in here. And if I hit F12, we are going to have undefined in here. So basically, what is happening is that right now I have just in here a random number, but this has no value for now. So if I'm going to console the log random number, it is going to be undefined, and then I'm trying to change the result number, which is the text, to random number, but because right now the random number has nothing, there's not going to be nothing. So I don't want this. I'm going to delete it, and basically right now if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, this is going to be 0. So basically, maybe very quickly one more time, we have variable result, which is going to be 0, variable budget, which is going to be 100, and then we are putting this result number to be 0 at the beginning, and we are putting the budget text to be budget, whatever number that we create, and then we just create the variable let random number, but we don't assign anything. And then we have an even listener on this button from 1 to 18, but you can call this whatever you want. And then we have this function, and this function also can be whatever name. And we have this bind this to be able to write this inside the function. If I am going to get rid of the bind this, I wouldn't be able to write this inside of the function. So basically something like this. And then in the function we have we are putting the random number to some kind of value. We are generating the random number. Then we are console logging the random number, and then we are displaying the random number. So I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and basically I will hit F12 to see the console, and if I'm going to click on this is going to generate the random number, and yeah. And in here we are going to have some kind of warning, but I'm not going to be worried about it. And every time that I click, it is going to generate me a random number, and it is going to console log me this random number. And now what we can do, we can go ahead and create some kind of if-else statement. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to type if, and I'm going to type if this random number, I'm going to copy this, if this random number is going to be smaller than 19, so from 0 to 18, and later on we are going to we will have to adjust this because the 0 I don't want to include, but I'm going to have that if a random number is smaller than 19, I would like to, and for now we are going to just console log something. So I'm going to type console.log, and I'm going to type in here in the quotation mark that you win, and I'm going to type else, and I'm going to type else if, and I'm going to in here put that else if random number is going to be bigger or equal to 19, then I want console.log that you lose. So something like this. And now if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter and I'm going to hit F12 and I'm going to click, I'm going to have 17, which is like from 1 to 18, so I'm going to have you win. If I click one more time and I'm going to have 34, I'm going to have you lose. And like so, we are going to have it like this. Now there is one thing, and that's I will go back to the code, and I don't want this if random number is smaller than 19 to have you win, because I also want the random number to not be 0, because when the number is going to be 0, then I don't win, because this is from 1 to 18. So what we can do is we can type in here end. So I'm going to type end. And then I'm going to type that random number is going to be bigger than 0. So basically this means that if I have one condition and other condition, that both of them needs to be correct, that the random number needs to be smaller than 19, and at the same time it has to be bigger than 0. There is also possibility to write this, that the random number is like so, not equal 0. So this means not equal, and you can have this like with 1 or a double equal sign. I'm not going to say that it doesn't matter, but for our case it doesn't matter, but there is a difference. But basically this is saying that if a random number is smaller than 19 and at the same time it's not 0, but we can type this that it's bigger than 0. So like this, and then we are going to have the else. If random number is bigger than 19, you are going to lose, and or here we are not going to have and, but we are going to have or, and we are going to put this that random number is going to be equal to 0. So basically this else we have if the random number is bigger than 19, we are going to lose, or if the random number is 0, we are going to lose. We cannot put this in here and, because you are never going to have a random number which is going to be bigger than 19, but at the same time it's going to be 0. So in here we will have to put this or, like so. And I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and basically we are going to have the same thing as before, but right now we are going to have 0, and in here I have 0. It is going to put me that I lose. Now what I can do is if we are going to have this you win, I'm going to change the budget. So I'm going to copy the name of the budget, and I will go in here, and I'm going to set that the budget is plus equal, for example, 20. For now in this tutorial we are not going to be able to choose how much money we want to bet. We are going to have this with the number 20. You can choose whatever number, but yeah, later on in other tutorials I can show you how you can have an input text, and there you can get your number. But in here we are going to win $20 or euros or whatever, and then I will have to go ahead and change this budget text, because in here I only change this budget. In this plus equal 20 means that it is going to be every time that you click and this condition is going to be correct, it is going to add 20. And I'm going to paste this my budget text is going to be budget, and I'm going to do the same thing in the else, but in the else we are going to have this minus 20, and I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and right now I will hit F12 to see the console, and if I click I have 0, so I lose 20. I will click one more time, I have 22, you lose, so 20 down, and one more time you lose, and so on. And right now I have 9, you win, so it is going to add me, and so on. Now one thing that we could do is that if I'm going to put my budget from 1000 to, let me go back. No. Okay, I will have to one more time put this in here like so, and this is going to be minus. And I'm going to change this budget to maybe 40, and I'm going to click Control Enter. And if I'm going to click, and I will try to lose. Okay, I will try to refresh this, and let me try one more time. Okay, so right now I am in the negative numbers, and I don't want to be able to continue when I am in the negative numbers. So what we can do is we can put everything that we have in here, all of this. We can put this to the if statement. So what I'm going to do, but later on I'm going to delete it. I just want to show you, but I'm going to say that if budget is going to be bigger or equal to 20, okay, that's the number that we have choose for now, only then I want this happen. So I'm going to create the parentheses, and I'm going to cut this, Control X, and I'm going to paste it in here. So basically we have this one it's for the whole function. This one is for this if statement, and then this one is with this one is with this one, and so on. So right now, if I'm going to have this like so, and I'm going to hit Control Enter, and let me try this. So I will refresh this, and I will hit F12. So right now, if I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to be able, so right now I am in the 0, and right now this is not going to be working anymore. But yeah, I'm not going to be worried about it. I just wanted to show you that you can do something like this. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to delete also this one, and I'm going to put the budget maybe back to, I don't know, I will put it to the 500. So like this, and now we are going to create an even listener for the other button. So I'm going to hit Control D, and this one is going to be from 19 to 36, like so. And I'm going to call a different function. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste this in here like so. And for now we are going to create two different functions. In the next tutorial, which is going to be with this even, I'm going to show you how you can put this to one function. But right now I will have to go to the Adobe Animate and create this. So I'm going to click in here, and I'm going to click F8, and this is going to be button. Symbol 1 is fine, and I will go inside. So I will double click to get inside, and one more time we are going to do the same thing. So I'm going to choose some kind of color to be able to see this, and I'm going to create shape like so. And you can play with this. This depends on you. And I'm going to change it to this color, and then I'm going to go to the over F6, and I'm going to change this to maybe something like so. And then I'm going to call this to be from 19 to 36, like so. And yeah. And now I will go back to the code. And yeah, so now I'm going to create I'm going to copy this, Control C, and I'm going to create the function. So I will go in here, and I'm going to type function from 19 to 36, like so, and the parentheses, and then the curly parentheses. And now what we want to do, we want, and we can put this later on to the separated function, but at the beginning, maybe I can create some kind of delete this space, but in the function from 1 to 18, at the beginning we are generating random number, then we are console logging this random number, and then we are putting this result number text to be random number. So all of this we can copy, Control C, and we can paste to this function, because we want the same thing happen when we click on one button, and we want the same thing to happen when we click on the other button. And now we are going to go with this if else. So I'm going to type if, and when we have this from 19 to 36, we are going to have if the random number is going to be bigger than 19 or bigger or equal to 19. And right now I do not have to put another condition, because everything which is going to be bigger, which is going to be 19, 20, 25 and so on, is going to be working. And in this case, what I want to do is the same thing as in here, console.log you win. We want the budget to be plus equal 20, and we want to change the text of my budget to be budget. So basically, we want this to happen like so. And then I'm going to type else if, and in the else if I'm just going to type that the random number is going to be smaller than 19. And one more time, right now I do not need to do anything with the 0, because yeah, I hope that this makes sense as it is. And you do not need to type else if, you can just have else, that's fine. But this else if is just you are just putting a specification of the things. But you can have it like, if a random number is bigger than or equal or bigger than 19, then it's going to happen this one. And we can have else, and else means that everything else. But yeah, I hope that this makes sense. And in here, I am going to copy this. So console.log you lose, budget is minus equal 20, and this my budget is text budget. So I'm going to hit Ctrl C, and I will go in here, and I'm going to hit Ctrl V. And right now, if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, basically I will hit F12, and if I click on this, this is going to generate 19, and it means that I win. One more time, 22, you win, and so on. So yeah, something like this. For this tutorial, I am not going to show you more. There are things that we can do. We could put all of this to the function and just call the function and so on. But I would like to continue with these tutorials, because then we have this even number, how to determine if the number is even or odd, how to determine which, if we are going to generate a random number, whether it's black or red, and so on. But yeah, this is it. This is all. So I hope that you have learned something, and yeah, you can expect in few days the continuation of this tutorial. So thank you very much for your time, and yeah, thank you. Goodbye.